Hi, I'm Ellen Scott. I'm a lifestyle reporter at Metro and I write a lot about periods, vaginas and mental health as well. And this is my pink parcel period talk. I was actually really excited because I started quite late. Most of my friends had already started and it was very much a thing where if you were a cool, like sexy person, you would have had your period already. To not have it was kind of like, you're still a child, you're not cool. But that same day I was going swimming with one of my friends, didn't know what to do, didn't want to talk to anyone about it. So I remember I just sat in my room and just desperately tried to figure out how to put in a tampon. And obviously because I was so tense and stressed, they just weren't going in. And I remember just sitting on the floor and just crying, surrounded by like empty applicators all over the floor. Didn't figure it out, just had to cancel swimming because I just could not do it. And yeah, that was my first period. I am a tampon girl. I think I went to tampons quite quickly after that because I think after that night of sheer panic and horror, I asked around and was like, how do you actually put in a tampon, and understood that you have to be relaxed to put it in. And then from then I was just like, well, this is really easy and really practical. I do find weirdly that my sex drive definitely increases whenever I'm not on the pill, which is nice. And I think it's also kind of a bonding thing. Like a lot of women in the office, it's nice when they say, oh, do you have a tampon? It's like, I actually do. And we can share them and we can talk about how, you know, weirdly emotional we are. I'm also a lot nicer on my period rather than more irritable because I am more emotional and more sympathetic. Like I'll cry at puppies and other ridiculous things. So I think I'm nicer to be around on my period. I'm not as harsh and cold and unfeeling. I definitely try to eat healthier things, like, because I'm a bit more conscious of the fact that if I eat like crap, I will feel rubbish for the whole period of time. So I will try and have like oily fish and like almonds and stuff like that. Face mask, nice cup of green tea, just snuggled up in multiple blankets and then just watching TV and giving myself permission to just do nothing and not think about work and not think about anything else. Just pure relaxation, which helps. My cravings are specifically tortilla chips, but also I get this sweet craving, so a lot of times I'll have a tortilla chip and then a square of chocolate and then just go in between them. And I'm not sure when to stop because like, do I want the last one to be chocolate or tortilla chip? But yeah, that's the main craving. I have a lot of nachos as well. If your body wants nachos and needs them, you have to give it nachos. 100% hormonal skin. I have like acne and blackheads and stuff regardless, but especially on my period I'll get spots around my jawline kind of thing, which is why the face masks are a big important thing, and I'll always do a clarifying mask and stuff like that. Other physical symptoms, always headaches, always bloating. I think that's it. Other than that, it's not that bad. I was in a train station and I was on my period and I just happened to see this really small puppy licking this woman's face, and I just started sobbing in the middle of the train station. And I was with like friends, so I had to explain to them like, I'm really sorry, I'm just my period. There was a puppy, like it was licking the face. But it just didn't make any sense to anyone. That's just how I felt. If I think about it, I'll cry again, so I won't think about it. A few times I've gotten into arguments or discussions, and I've been more likely to feel the tears coming a bit. But I've actually kind of made a bit of a promise to myself where if that happens, I can just explain, look, I'm on my period, I'm gonna be slightly more hormonal. That doesn't mean you should not listen to what I'm saying. It just means that I might cry a bit while we're talking. And people have been really nice about that. It's never been an issue. I don't think it's ever held me back. And I think realistically the thing that holds you back isn't the period itself, it's your own kind of fear and like awkwardness around it. I think once you start being comfortable with your own body and comfortable talking about it, everyone else is comfortable as well. One small step, which is something I started doing this year, is if you go to the toilets to put in a tampon, don't hide it in your bag or like hide it up your sleeve. Just carry your tampon. It's not like an embarrassing thing at all. And you'll notice that other people really aren't bothered and no one's gonna turn and point and be like, she's on her period, shame her. Like, it's completely fine. I am pro having sex on your period. I think you absolutely should. I think a lot of the reason that people don't is because they still have this idea that period blood is dirty or gross, and it's not at all. It's just something that comes out of the vagina. And I think period sex can be really great. It reduces cramps, it can get rid of your headaches, it actually makes your period shorter sometimes because it makes the lining come out more quickly, which is cool. I get why there's fear around it, but I think any fear about sex with someone on their period is just fear of periods themselves. And I think once you get past that, you realise that you're just missing out on really enjoyable, great sex just because there's a tiny bit of blood. I wrote something last year about sex on periods, and that was one of my most hated things. And literally everyone was commenting with like puking face emojis. And I just don't get why. Like, it's not gross. Your penis will not drop off if it comes into contact with period blood. It's not like some horrible thing. It's just a normal thing that your body does. And I just think if you're that grossed out and horrified by periods, you must be grossed out and horrified by vaginas as a whole, in which case, don't have sex with them. Like, if you can't have someone at their period, you can't have them ever. I think definitely when I feel very bloated, I don't really want to wear like bodycon things or anything tight, and I feel slightly less sexy, which is why I think having sex on your period is quite an important thing, because it shows yourself that, no, I'm still sexy, I'm still attractive, I can still be like a sexy person. And I think a big part of making myself more confident is just kind of ignoring the period a bit, still doing what I would normally do, and then looking back and be like, oh, I'm fine, like this doesn't affect anything really. For me, like sex education and growing up, no one was really talking about vaginas and the ins and outs of periods in a frank, honest way. It was all kind of very much like diagrams and very like all downstairs area and time of the month, and no one's really saying like, this is a period, this is what it is, it's not gross or dirty, it doesn't make you unhygienic, you can swim, you can do whatever. So I wanted to start writing about that. And then once I started writing it and people responded saying, I really appreciate that you're doing this, and I realized other people also had experienced that silence and like shaming around it, it made me want to have that openness in all areas of life, not just on the internet and not just in articles.